Welcome back to another video. This is Dr. Tarcia Hubert, and I will be talking about triangles in this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that this content is helping you guys. Alrighty, if you haven't already, let me just go ahead and ask you to hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel so you can get notifications whenever I drop new videos. Alrighty, so let's talk about triangles. So a triangle is a three-sided figure. Let me see if I can just sketch a triangle on here for you guys. Here's an example of a triangle. Little rough, but it's a triangle. You can see what it is. And one of the things we need to know about a triangle is that the sum of the measures of the angles of any triangle is 180 degrees. In other words, if I have three different angles here, when I add those three angles together, x plus y plus z, they're going to add up to 180 degrees. And that's one thing about a triangle that we know that we'll use a lot in trigonometry, and you'll see it a lot over and over again. So the sum of the angles of a triangle add up to 180 degrees. So let's look at an example. The measure of two of the angles of a triangle are 48 degrees and 61 degrees. So you see the triangle here. You have the two angles marked 48 and 61, and now you want to find the measure of the third angle. So we know now that the sum of the angles is 180 degrees. So we'll add those three angles together, the 48, the 61, and the x, and it adds up to 180. And so that ends up giving us a linear equation that we can solve. 48 plus 61 is 109. And so in order to solve for x, we would need to subtract 109 from both sides. And that will give us that x is equal to 71 degrees. So to find the measure of x, we will add the three angles together, 48, 61, and x. And we would set that equal to 180, and then we would just solve for 180. And it's pretty straightforward. We just need to make all three angles add up to 180 degrees. And you can add them up and check it out and make sure it works. But that's how you will find the measure of that missing angle. If you have any questions, just go ahead and post them in the comments below. Okay, now there's another theorem that says, it's called the exterior angle theorem. And it says the measure of an exterior angle of a triangle is equal to the sum of the two non-adjacent interior angles. So if we have a triangle, then this, if you extend this line right here of that side, if you extend that side, it creates a line. And then it creates an angle on the outside called the exterior angle. Well, this theorem says that the exterior angle is equal to the sum of the two opposite interior angles. It's called non-adjacent, but they're opposite of the side of that adjacent angle right there, 3. And so you get the angle of measure 1 plus the angle of measure 2 equals the angle, or the measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 2 is equal to the measure of angle 4. So when you add those two angles together, it equals to that third angle on the outside. So let's look at an example with that one. So we want to find the measure of each marked angle. So here's the exterior angle. So it's equal to these two angles summed up. So you would say 4x minus 3 plus 6x plus 3 equal to 9x plus 12. And you end up with the linear equation to solve. So on the left side, what you want to do is combine your like terms. So 6x and 4x is 10x. And then minus 3 and plus 3, they actually cancel. So those go away. Now you want to get all of your x's on one side. So I'm going to move this 9x over to the other side by subtracting 9x from both sides. And they give me 1x. We don't have to write the 1 is equal to, those 9x's cancel, 12. So x is equal to 12. Now we're not done. So and this is where a lot of people get lost or confused. They solve for x and they get the answer and they say they're done. But we're not done, because it says find the measure of each marked angle. So that means now I need to go back and plug in 12 for x for each of these angles. So 6x plus 3, if I replace the x with 12, I get 6 times 12, which is 72, plus 3, which is 75. So that angle there is 75 degrees. 4x minus 3 If I replace the 4 with 12, I get 4 times 12, which is 48. 48 minus 3 is 45. So that angle there is 45 degrees. And then 9x plus 12. So you really could just add those other two together, the 75 and 45, and see what you get. Or you can come and plug in the 12 here for x. And so 9 times 12 is 108. 108 plus 12 is 120. And that's the same thing you get if you add 75 and 45. You add those two together. So this angle, the exterior angle, is 120 degrees. Which means this angle here, since the exterior angle and this angle here are supplementary, they add to 180. So that means this angle here will be 60 degrees. And so we found the measure. They didn't ask us to find that angle, but just so you know, that additional angle right there is 60 degrees. So we found the measure of every angle in that triangle and the measure of that exterior angle on the outside. Again, if you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the comments below. Okay, now I want you to try this one. I want you to find the measure of each marked angle. Go ahead and pause the video and see if you can find the measure of each marked angle. Alright, so you should have set each of those angles equal to, not equal to each other, but summed them up and set them equal to 180. So you get 2x plus, oh, that's a 16. 2x plus 16 plus 3x minus 6 plus 5x minus 50. That kind of like a 30. Let me make that like a 50 equal 180. Then you want to take your like terms and combine them. So 2x plus 3x is 5x plus another 5x is 10x. 16 minus 6 is 10. 10 minus 50 is minus 40. $10x minus 40 equal 180 is what you get. And then you want to add the 40 to both sides because you want to solve for x. Meaning you want to get x on the side by itself. Divide both sides by 10. And you get x is equal to 22. Because those zeros will cancel, you get 22 over 1, which is 22. So again, you're not finished. You have to plug in 22 for x in each of these angles. So for the first one, you would get 2 times 22. That's this one right here. Plus 16. 2 times 22 is 44. 44 plus 16 is 60. So that angle is 60 degrees. For the next one, you would get 3 times 22 minus 6. 3 times 22 is 66. 66 minus 6 is also 60 degrees. So that's a 60 degree angle. And then 5 times 22 minus 50. And see, 5 times 22 is 110. Minus 50 is also 60. So those are all 60 degrees. So did you get that for your answer? Hopefully you did. If not, go back and look and see where you made your error. And hopefully you can catch your error. If you have any questions about this problem or anything else in this video, don't hesitate to put them in the comments and I will respond. Thank you all for watching. If this video was helpful, go ahead and hit the like button. If not, I will see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching.